Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Hashtag 135. I'm your host, Alexis Appleby, and with me today, I have Mr. Craig Bland, principal of Jordan Elementary School, but we are missing Mr. Clark again.
Once again. Oh, Alexis, you blew it. Let's try it again.
I can't. The music won't come off.
It won't?
So
it's the dumb wah, wah, wah by itself?
Nope, not right now. You just get a little bit of music and wah, wah, wah.
Okay. Well, no Mr. Clark again today. So he's left us
That's all right.
to
we got this.
run the show ourselves. So I think we can do that, though, can't we?
Yeah, we did it last time. We can do it again.
Yeah, definitely. And maybe I can think of some other thing for him to do while he's away.
Yes, we're still at 66 subscribers right now. So
And we need
80.
So we can get there. 80, and I will not only run over the overpass, but Mr. Clark will then carry me back over the overpass.
So that's
Yes,
what's
that's
going
right.
to happen.
Carry me.
You're going to run, and then he's going to carry you back.
Carry me back. So
you don't want to miss it.
and we
Please
have gained.
subscribe.
We were at 60, so we gained four last week.
Yes. There's people out there that want to see this happen.
Our audience is growing.
It is. And speaking of our audience, we actually have one of our listeners and I think maybe a subscriber to Hashtag 135. Yes, she is. That is Mrs. Vadawn Stroud. She is a second grade teacher at Jordan Elementary School. And how are you doing today?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Good. We're glad to have you on the podcast. And I guess it's a good thing Mr. Clark isn't here since you guys have known each other for a long time.
Tell us a little bit about how you know Mr. Clark.
Yes.
Didn't you grow up with him?
Yes, but he's much older.
She always says that.
His sister is one of my very best friends. We met when Orchardville School closed, and I had to go to Wayne City. And so Mandy, his sister, and I became cheerleaders, and just one of my very best friends. And so I practically lived at their house because I lived about 25 miles away from the school. So on game days, Mandy and Craig's mom would cook us dinner. So I was at his house all the time.
So do you have any good stories?
I bet she does. Spill. He's not here.
He's not here.
He'll never know.
Well, if you don't want to spill the beans yet, we'll let you think
I'll
about
save
it.
that for a good time.
Okay, all right, we'll move along. But how long have you been in the district?
Let's see, this is the end of my 25th year of teaching, but I've been in the district only 22 years.
Okay, gotcha. So where were you at before you came to Centralia City Schools?
Well, I actually did my student teaching at Irving under the amazing Teresa Damati.
Gotcha, okay.
And so I left from student teaching and I went to Clay City and I interviewed for third grade and I got the fifth grade position. So I went home and cried.
Because you prefer third grade.
I did, the youngers. I wanted the younger kids. And so I taught 3 years there and coached and loved it. I had great experience there. But there was an opening at Schiller where Teresa Damati then was teaching second grade. So she told me we had an opening. And so I applied and I taught Title I half of the day and third grade half of the day.
Gotcha.
Because it was a big class in third grade, so they split them. And so about in September, I started doing halftime third grade, halftime Title I.
And how many years did you do that?
Just one.
Just 1 year, and then you were hired.
And then I switched to Jordan to first grade, and I did it for 17 years.
So then when did you become second
So when
grade?
we restructured,
Oh, gotcha.
and Schiller became kindergarten first grade, I kept Mrs. Stroud in my building and convinced her that she needed to teach second grade. So she's been doing that for how many years? Four years.
This will be the fourth year, yes. It's like the sweet spot. Second grade is the sweet spot because they're still young enough, but they can do everything on their own.
Yeah.
And they love school still, and you can do all the cutesy fun stuff. So I figure, I think it's the sweet spot.
I've seen you in action with the kiddos too, and you can tell they just absolutely love her. You can tell you're those teachers that the kiddos wanted back. Like in the day, I kept earlier before you came in, I tried to think about the teacher I had like that. It might have been my second grade teacher. Her name was Mrs. Devaney.
Oh, awesome.
Full of energy.
Right. You have to be because they're full of energy.
They are. And I think my class is maybe a little different than most. it is very high energy, but it's extremely structured.
Yes.
And that's one of those things that's kind of hard to, you don't see that very often, I don't think,
Right.
with a lot of
No.
enthusiasm and structure.
No, you're exactly right. And I got to see that around Christmas time when the package came from the North Pole and it was cold. I thought that was so cute. And the kids were so excited. And
The bells, is that what they were?
Yes.
And showed a video of it
Yes.
too. And they were so excited about that. That's so creative, just those little things that they're not going to forget when they
Yes.
get older and talk, to their parents or their friends and say, oh my goodness, we got a package from the North Pole. It was cold. You could tell they were just so excited. I thought that was so cute. Even I'm talking about it. I wasn't even in your class.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome.
She's very structured, but what I've learned in all the years I've been in education is sometimes the more structured you are, the more the students end up loving you and and really appreciating what you've done for them. So
They need
sometimes I need that structure.
They do
Yeah.
need that structure. They do.
And love.
Yeah.
And that's my goal. I want them all to know that I love them. And I think you can, even the ones that, have some discipline problems, I know they will be able to tell you that I love them.
Yes. Yeah, definitely. So what made you want to be a teacher? What brought you to teaching, or who?
As long as I can remember, I wanted to be a teacher. I played with my dolls. They were my students, and I would set them up. And my aunt was a teacher, and she would bring me papers and extra things. And so I don't know why I did this, but I would always put on my mom's heels and her jewelry. And
Imagine that.
Yes.
Stroud in jewelry.
And I would pretend I was the teacher, and I loved, with stickers, I would put the stickers and the smiley faces, and I love to give check marks too.
Okay.
But all my dolls, they had their names, and so even in kindergarten, my teacher knew that I was going to be a teacher. It was just one of those things I knew from the very get-go that's something that I've always wanted to do.
That's good. There was no question.
There was no question. Everybody knew that I was going to be a teacher.
That's good.
That's great.
When you brought up shoes, I think I heard something about you and your love for shoes. Is that correct? That you have a lot of shoes?
I do. I have a lot of shoes.
She has a love in general for shopping.
Oh, gosh.
Anything TJ Maxx, Marshalls, Ross.
Yes.
There's some
I
other
love
ones that
Ross.
I've never
Those are
been
my
to.
stores. Those are.
So she's probably hit almost all of those stores in the United States.
I know. You know how people have the bucket list of going to all the baseball
Yes.
fields? I would love to hit all the TJ Maxxes around the United States. I think that would be fantastic.
I mean, they come in all different shapes and sizes.
Right. And so I love those stores.
And I joke with her that she should become a personal shopper for
Oh, yeah.
people.
Oh my gosh,
that would be her
love
dream
that.
job.
It would, so retirement, that's what I'll be doing.
Go ahead.
Do you have a lot of pairs of shoes? Do you know how many
Oh,
pairs
I
of shoes?
I don't know. I probably have more jewelry
so
though,
jewelry is it.
than shoes. That's
Gotcha.
my. I love my jewelry, and I love when the kids draw me because I always have
Jewelry.
an armful of bracelets and big earrings, and I love jewelry.
Okay, good to know.
Well, we've kind of neglected to talk about Mrs. Stroud's family. So why don't we find out a little bit about your family?
Well, I'm married to Jeremy, and we have been married about 20. It'll be 24 years this year.
Congratulations.
And we are high school sweethearts. Oh. And we in 7th grade, we went to our very first dance together, our Valentine's dance.
Oh my goodness.
So we were boyfriend and girlfriend in 7th grade. And then in high school, he was just one of my very best friends. Mm-hmm. And then our junior year, we got back together, and we've been together ever since our junior year. So 1993, we've been together.
That is crazy.
So did you put him in the friend zone and he was head over heels?
Yes. You know it.
So he was just waiting for you to say that you guys could date, but you just kept him in the friend zone till you knew.
He knew exactly because, when I would date other people, he
was your
knew
fallback.
what to do. Well, he knew, because he was like, well, she likes this and doesn't like this. So, so it worked out. He was just my best friend. And
in the end,
so 24 years it'll be this year. And then we have 2 kids, Jerva. She is a junior at Missouri Baptist University.
Awesome.
Yes, and she's going to school to be a nurse.
Good for her.
Yes. And so she has one more year left. which is great.
Only one more year?
Only one more year. She worked so hard and got a year ahead.
Oh, that's right.
And
Wonderful.
so she got accepted in the nursing program a year early.
That's good.
So she will actually graduate next May.
That's crazy.
Proud
I remember when
mama.
she was
Yes,
just a little girl.
so proud.
Did you have her in school?
No, but I just remember her mother bringing her to the school for functions, evening functions, and
Gotcha.
she and her brother were just
Yes.
little people, and
Little
now they're
people,
all grown
yes.
Oh,
up.
they're all grown up.
Yes, and then Jaron is a junior at Salem High School.
Okay.
And so he is a basketball player, but his love is golf. He is he's pretty talented in that. So he's really working hard for a scholarship there. So hopefully it'll work out. Jerville will be done, and then then Jaron will start, and
Right.
then Jeremy and I will be an empty nesters, I guess.
How is that going to be?
I don't know. Well, we go out to eat a lot, and our struggle right now is trying to decide what size pizza to order. Because it's like we always have all these people,
you have
and
the
now
yeah.
so that's our
downsize.
struggle.
Yes. I feel like my mom still struggles, and she hasn't had any kids in her house for a while, but she still makes
Well, that's hard
these
when you
big
have
portions. Yeah, because there's 4 of us plus my mom and dad, so there's 6. So she was always cooking all these huge meals, but then I don't know, she still hasn't figured it out.
It is. It's hard.
Hopefully she's not listening.
It's hard. So
I think of the freedom that you'll have to do some things that maybe you haven't been
and hopefully
able to do.
Jaron, we are such a sport-oriented family. We've, Jerva grew up doing cheer and competitive cheer, and then actually went on a golf scholarship, and then switched to stunting while she was at MBU. And then Jaron has done every sport imaginable, and then has basically just focused on basketball and golf. But we're always, always doing something. So it'll be interesting to, not really have anything, but
Right.
hoping that Jaron will be on a golf team in college that,
You can
I'll
come
be
still
using
visit.
all those personal tapes
Yeah.
to go watch him.
Of course, because you're a proud mama. You want
Yes,
to see
I am
Definitely.
very proud of my J's, is what I call them.
I love that. And then you'll still be able to go get, out and go see them do something, but have your empty nest when you go
Yes,
back home in the
yes.
privacy.
So this is an interesting fact. So her daughter's name, Jerva, is a combination of Jeremy and Vadawn.
It is. I was wondering.
Jerva.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Yes.
Just a
I
little
love the
Thank
Side
you.
note
See,
there.
I knew Mr. Bland knew a lot about you. You guys have worked
She
together
also
for a
has
while.
this beautiful dog.
I do. I have 2, actually.
You have 2 now?
I have 2. I have the mama and the baby.
Oh, okay.
Yes, I have golden doodles.
Oh, they're
Yes,
so
2
cute.
mini, medium-sized golden doodles. So I
And
have
she
a
dresses
mom.
them up like people. And they ride
They have
around in a
clothes too,
stroller.
and jewelry too.
They don't, but they have the girl, the mama. She has a blinged out collar.
Of course.
So, yes, so, my daughter and I love to dress them.
Like
So we have a boy and girl.
like hats and out, like ties.
The
or
girl, Jera, is the dog's the mama, and she will wear bows and
Gotcha.
little dresses. And then Joey is the boy, and
I can just see it now.
he always has like a t-shirt, like a little
Yeah.
t-shirt. But he's the baby, but he's like a chunk. We had babies last year, and several. What's funny, 2 of my students last year bought 2 of the babies, so I do get to see.
Good.
They bring in pictures and things, so I do get to see them. But yes, I dress my dogs.
There's nothing wrong with that.
She buys their clothes at TJ Maxx.
Because they're on sale, I bet you do. They really are. They're like at Ross. Ross has a good selection of animal clothes.
They do. I wish they would get them a little bigger because Joey keeps gaining weight.
Honestly, animal clothes they sell there.
Yes,
Well, I
yes.
mean, it's geared towards dogs, but I think there is cat clothes there too. I'm almost positive there's
And they're
cat
like
clothes.
$3.99.
That's a
or
thing?
$4.99.
Yes.
Oh, I just thought she was putting human clothes on these dogs.
Oh no! You could go into Pet Supplies, Ross, Walmart. They have nice little sweaters. Yeah, I have a
Sweaters,
little
yes.
dog that gets to put sweaters and whatnot on, and sometimes she gets colored like a mohawk or a mullet.
Oh, that's cool.
I'll show you the picture.
Okay, yeah, I'm dying to see that.
Do you have like the rain boots and the raincoat?
No, I don't have. All
I
that,
do.
though.
I have the rain boots. And,
I've seen pictures of the rain. Yeah, I've seen
and the
pictures
little
of that.
raincoats. They both have their little raincoats on.
I probably should because my little one, she doesn't like to get her paws wet, but I haven't ever got her.
It helps your floors.
That too. Mr. Bland, you learned something new, didn't you?
Yeah, I did.
So now you can get clothes for Jordan.
Who's Jordan?
Oh, you don't know Jordan?
Jordan is my cat. I'm not a cat lover. You don't remember this years ago that there were cats that showed up at Jordan's school, and somehow they ended up in my office in a box, and I was told to take them home, and
you did.
I did. And now I just have
them?
I have one, Jordan. I named her after, the school since she was found there. And the poor thing, I would love to find a home for her because I'm gone all day long, and so there's no one there with her. But
cats, they kind of, it depends on their personality.
She's been there.
Some just
I've had
don't
her
care.
for quite a few years. But
Is she needy?
no.
Yes, she probably doesn't even care.
She has my whole sunroom area, and she's got a couch, and
She's like,
She has her own couch.
she has her own couch, and the walls are all windows, so she can see outside and
She probably likes that.
She's living her best life.
see all the
Exactly.
neighbor cats.
I told him he needs to get another one.
No, done,
No more cats.
done.
Oh, goodness. Well, Vadawn, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you.
We've learned a lot about you. Too bad Mr. Clark wasn't here. It
It could have been even more. Maybe we'll have to invite her back sometime
Yes.
when Mr. Clark is available, so we can get the true
Right.
story on Mr. Clark and
Yeah. It's spill the beans.
the high school days and.
And all the pranks you guys probably pulled on him or annoyed him, I'm guessing.
I probably.
I
so.
bet. If younger sister, right?
Yes,
Yeah, so I bet
yes.
there's a little bit of annoying going on, but that's all right. Well, thank you for coming. And we want to thank all of our listeners that have joined us today. Remember, if we get to 80 subscribers, Mr. Bland, well, he's already going to do his, but it's
I'm being carried.
You're going to be
At this
carried.
point. So much for the training. I'm going to run over the overpass and then collapse, and then I'm going to be carried
And then
back
carried back over.
That's the plan.
So we need 80 subscribers for that to happen. Well, thank you, everyone, and see you next time on #135.